What's up, y'all? I'm Bella Dee. We're back this week for Books for Crookz to read Inside a Thug's Heart with original written poems by Tupac Shakur. This book was written by Angela Artis. We actually read this book last month with the book club. Miss Angela was so kind to send us new books, so look how beautiful it is. As I open it, I can smell her perfume, because if you read the book, you know. All right, chapter 2, The Call. For the next couple of days, I didn't tell anyone at the office what I had done. It was my little secret. A few days later, I got home at 2 a.m. and I could see the flashing light from my answering machine. After washing my face, I pressed play, and the tape began to rewind as I undressed. Beep. Message sent at 7 p.m. My machine announced, "Hi honey, it's mom, it's about 7, and I thought you'd be home by now. Just wanted to chat, call me when you get in, love you, bye." Beep. Message sent at 8:24 p.m. "What's up? It's Daryl. Where you at? Call me." Beep. Message sent at 8:30 p.m. "Hi Angela, this is Tupac. I got your letter today and I thought I'd call, but I guess you're not there. I'll try again tomorrow. Bye." I was frozen in my tracks. I couldn't move. He got my letter. He read it. He responded. I whispered. No, he just didn't respond. He called. I tried to rewind the answering machine tape to hear the message again, but the machine was old, and of course, on this particular night, it decided not to cooperate with me. I flew out of my bedroom and ran like a mad woman to Tan's room. "Tanya!" I screamed, banging on her door. I didn't know if she had company or was just sleeping loudly. "Tanya!" I yelled again, banging a few more times as I tried to get my arm back through my shirt. "What? Come in, what's wrong?" she asked, half asleep, half alarmed. "He called!" I screeched. "Who called?" "Guess. And it's 2 o'clock. No, 2:17 in the damn morning. Who? Tupac. No. Yes. What did he say?" she asked, sitting up. "I want you to hear it, but I can't get the tape to rewind in the answer machine. I need you to come with me to the office so that I can get the small recorder." In the darkness, I heard a very deep breath and a few grunts. "Why can't you just wait till you get to work tomorrow?" she whined. "Because I want to hear it again now. Come on, you don't have to go in, just ride with me." "No," she whined. She knew me so well. My behavior is sometimes extremely off the wall, and this request didn't surprise her at all. She was just sleepy. "Tan, you don't even have to get dressed. Just bring your pillow and come on." I flipped on the light and heard her cursing me out as I ran back to my bedroom to get to the tape and the keys. We lived only 5 minutes from work, so it wasn't far at all, but it was too dangerous for her to sit in the car. Once there, the dimly lit parking lot and hovering shadows convinced her of just that. Even though this was considered a safe area, we knew that no area was that safe. "We're gonna get arrested," she said. I checked around the dark parking lot for moving shadows, but all was still. "We work here and we have keys to the building. Why would we get arrested?" "Because we're black and we're in our pajamas and it's 2:30 in the damn morning." I'm sure they would believe that we were coming up here to get a tape recorder because Tupac called. Your answering machine wouldn't rewind, she said sarcastically. "Shut up, Scary, and come on," I said, entering the building with her right behind me. I don't know where the small recorder was, so I had to look for it. I started in the back room and worked my way to the receptionist's desk. Tanya looked in the conference room and worked her way to the desk, where I found her half asleep. "I can't find it," I groaned, sitting in the doorway of her cubicle. "I don't know where it could be," she mumbled sleepily. "Well, what did he say?" I recited the brief message and took a deep breath, disappointed, and we headed home. "Well, he said he'd call you tomorrow," she said. "Yeah, he did." "What did he sound like?" "Like Tupac." "Well, that was a fast response. He must have liked the letter." She looked at me. "What's wrong? You scared?" she asked, grinning. "Don't trip now, you won the bet. I can't believe he called." It was now somewhere around 3:30 a.m. We rode the rest of the way home in silence. The next day at work, I couldn't concentrate. The buzz was around the office and no one could believe he had called. If Tan hadn't backed me up about him calling, no one would have believed me. I still couldn't believe it. "Are you trying to figure out what you're gonna say to him?" "Nah, not really. Just more so wondering what he's gonna say." I had pretty much wasted an entire day watching the cursor blink, drinking coffee, and daydreaming about the things I knew were far-fetched as what was occurring. I should have brought a new answering machine in case I missed his call again. I thought to myself. "I canceled my date tonight," I said to Tanya. "You should have. It's not every night that you get a call from Tupac," she said with a smirk. "He was upset and wanted to know what happened," I said, referring to my date. "Did you tell him?" "Nope. It wasn't his business what happened. All he needed to know was that our plans weren't happening," and we started laughing, questioning me. "Is he crazy? He's not my man." I had a little something extraordinary going on at the moment. But in all honesty, I really did like the guy I'd been going out with. However, my mind wouldn't allow me to get caught up in the reality of a date that evening because I was trying to get a grasp on the bizarreness of a phone call from Tupac. I hadn't thought for 1 second that he would ever call, and as far as I was concerned, this moment on, anything was possible. The day finally ended. I went straight home. I hit the play button on my answering machine and held my breath as the messages played one by one. Beep. Message sent at 10 a.m. Hey Ange, it's Hugh Dog. Just wanted to see if you and Tana were up for a road trip this weekend. Destination? Step show in Florida. Hit me up when you get this. Peace. Beep. Message sent at 2 p.m. Hey, it's me. I didn't mean to come off like I was checking on you, but I had bought some tickets to a play tonight and I was a little upset that our plans got canceled. Sorry if I upset you. Call me later. Beep. Message sent at 4:20 p.m. It's your brother. Call me. Beep. Message sent at 4:58. The caller hung up. Damn, I said. I stood there and wondered if that had been Tupac not leaving a message this time. Did he call? Tanya knocking lightly on my door, then let herself in. I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? I got this message about 5, but whoever it was hung up. It could have been him, huh? Tanya said, looking in my closet. Well, I hope not. I told him I normally get home around 6, so maybe it wasn't him. Maybe not. Wonder when he'll call again, she said, walking out of my room with one of my shirts. Me too. I turned on the water in the shower. I brought the cordless phone into the bathroom just in case. You can never be too careful. I laughed at myself. I felt like I was in high school again, waiting for some guy to call. I was tripping. Yep, I was definitely tripping. I finished my shower and decided to watch a little pretend TV. Meaning, I pretended to watch it, while truly trying to keep my mind off the obvious. The silly part of the entire scenario was that Tanya had left and I was home alone and I was trying to only fool myself. The phone rang several times. I jumped at every one of the calls. I talked to my mom. I argued with my friend because he couldn't understand why I canceled our date if all I was doing was just watching television alone. Needless to say, he took it personally. I understood, but I wasn't extremely sympathetic. I talked to another friend of mine, and of course, Tanya called several times to inquire about the status of my incoming calls. Somewhere close to 9 p.m., I had pretty much given up on the idea that Tupac would call again. I had simply missed my opportunity to chat with him. Wow, what a disappointing moment. But on the brighter side of the situation, I had finally won a bet. My phone rang at 9:12. Hello, I said dryly. May I speak to Angela? The voice vibrated through the phone. This is Angela, I said, my heart racing a mile a minute. I didn't want to make any assumptions, but I was making one large assumption. No, I was definitely assuming. This is Tupac, the caller said, then hesitated. I thought I was gonna fall over. This was crazy. I had just entered the crazy zone. Hey, how you doing? I said, trying to lower my heart rate quietly. Under the circumstances, fine. I heard that. We both laughed nervously. I really liked your letter and your picture. You're beautiful, he said. Thank you. I wasn't sure you would respond. I had to. The letter was real, the picture was beautiful, and it smelled so good I had to call. We laughed. I'm glad you did. Now I have a sweet voice and a laugh to put with everything else, he said, his tone softening. Is he flirting with me? I thought to myself, nah, wishful thinking. How did you call me? You have special privileges? I asked jokingly. Yeah, right now I do, but they're gonna ship me out of here soon. I just don't know when. How long do you have? 1.5 to 4.5 years. Damn. Tanya walked into the house at that moment, talking about I don't know what, and I frantically waved her to shut her up. Excitedly, she mouthed, is that Tupac? And I nodded my head again, pointing my finger over my mouth. Yeah, I know, right? Is it okay if I write you? He asked, unsure. Please do, I said, trying to mask my utter belief in what was going on. Maybe if we get cool enough, you can come and visit me, he said, hesitating. I paused briefly. I was surprised that he even was having this thought. I walked briskly into my room, taking the cordless with me, and looked into the mirror. Yes, I was awake. Yeah, I'm sure that could be arranged when the time comes, I said quietly with a smile and a wink to myself in the mirror. You bullshitting me, he said, laughing. No, I'm not. I'm serious. Once we get to know each other better, I'd come. You'd come? You promise? He asked me to make him a promise. I thought this, I'm sure, was normal for him, so I played along, as if things would ever get that far. Yes, when the time comes, I promise, I said to him, and we both laughed. You gotta keep saying when the time comes, right? He said, yeah, gotta keep saying it, I answered, and we laughed again. God, you sound sweet, he said with that, what I imagined to be smile. Thank you. He was flirting with me, I convinced myself. Well, they're waving me off the phone, but look for my letter soon, and write me back, okay? Okay. Sweet dreams, he whispered. Sweet dreams. Bye. Bye. If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try your call again. Message 34217. Beep. I could hear the operator from a distance. I had not hung up the phone, and the operator had rudely interrupted my train of thought. I hung up and ran to the kitchen where Tanya was eagerly waiting with ice cream. What? She jumped, excitedly shoving a bowl of chocolate ice cream at me, pushing me into the living room. We took our normal spot on the love seat, and I took mine on the couch. This is crazy, I screamed, giving her that what's going on look. What happened? This is crazy, I screamed. And okay, this is crazy. Now what did he say? Before I throw my ice cream at you, she said with a spoonful of butter pecan pointed in my direction. He asked me if he could write me, and if, after we get to know each other better, I'd promise to come and visit him. He said that? Yes, girl. When is he going to write you? I don't know. He just said soon. I lay in my bed that night and prided myself on the letter, the picture, the perfume, the envelope, the express mail delivery, and my spirit to take on and execute the bet. Something within this list of pride-bearing items inspired, triggered, intrigued, or just simply motivated Tupac to call and respond. I don't know which it was, but I was pleased that he had. No, I was thrilled that he had. It didn't matter to me how many other letters he responded to or how many other females he had asked to promise a visit. The only thing that interested me was the fact that he had responded to my letter and he had called me twice to talk. If this wound up being the extent of our association, I'd be fine with it. I would take what happened as a confirmation that the impossible is possible and that the probability is just as much as a reality as surreal experiences. But guess what? It was only the beginning. All right, y'all, if you want to read more of this book, I recommend it. It's a good one. It gets hot and steamy, if you know what I mean. But hey, it's actually a really beautiful book too. It's a beautiful story. It's a story all their own experience. I'm gonna drop the link in the description for you right here. If you want to get a hold of me, I'm Bella Dee. You can follow me at bbx.951 and at Books for Crookz. We're here at the Blockout Podcast. Hit us up.